Now, in its 5th award-winning season, Prep Sports Extra.
Frazier! He got it!
Your hosts, Five Alive's Mick Cornett and Myron Patton. Brought to you by Arby's Roast Beef Restaurants. Different is good. And by your Oklahoma City bottler of Sprite and Diet Sprite, America's #1 lemon lime.
Hello, I'm Mick Cornett. This is Myron Patton. Welcome to Prep Sports Extra. We're going to talk about a lot of high school football. We'll also mention the boxing match in a little bit. But first week of the playoffs, if you lose, you're gone.
That's right, Mick. We start off in Class 6A, Dell City at Yukon. Now, I'm sure you're familiar with the Yukon storyline, but Dell City has an outstanding backfield with Benny Butler and Brock Zimmerman at running back and Ryan Brackage at quarterback.
Was it enough? Let's see. Now, the only trouble Yukon had tonight was getting through the banner. Once they got through the banner, everything went okay. Here's Dell City's Benny Butler going right. He breaks 3 tackles, just a sophomore. One of the most exciting runners in the Oklahoma City area already. Miller quarterback Mike Sistak fires over the middle to Colin Rosenberg. And that sets up the touchdown pass from Sistak to Jody Sparks.
Heard that name.
Oh, what a season he's having. Into the first quarter, it's tied at 7. First play in the second quarter, tailback Jason Jacoby goes cross-country, an 82-yard run. He does it every week. That makes it 14-7 Millers. And Eagle quarterback Ryan Brackage hands off to Butler. He darts for a 10-yard gain. Sistak then takes the quarterback sneak. Miller's 21-7 at this point. Then the ensuing kickoff. Brock Zimmerman fumbles the ball. Yukon recovers. And the three amigos there say it's Miller time. Let's go to the scoreboard. I think it's their ball. Yukon beats Dell City 35-15. Millers get their 10th win of the year.
All right, let's go Millwood City at Norman tonight. The band playing on in Norman. This is the Norman High Band. First quarter, no score. Norman's Jason Conley blocks the Bomber punt, and J.K. Martin falls on it for the Tigers. Up next will be 3rd and 1. And the Tigers, Tyrell Peters diving in. Give Norman their first score of the evening. That made it 7-zip. The Bombers try to come back. Warren Faust finding B.J. Thomas for a 21-yard first gain in the first down. Faust replacing Kamasi Ford as the quarterback for the Bombers tonight, but Friday the 13th takes over for Midwest City. After the punt, Brian Self hands off to Myron Mosley.
Nice name.
Yeah, I love that name. He goes out to the outside before being drugged down there by B.J. Thomas at the 9-yard line. Then 2 plays later, the handoff goes to Tyrell Peters once again. Peters an outstanding running back. He'll go in for the touchdown, but he's also an outstanding linebacker prospect, one of the tops in the country. Everybody after this guy. Tigers come up with another chance, though, to score. But coming up, Chad Koshel. I wonder if he's Larry Koshel's son. Think so?
I don't know.
He is. I just heard someone say he is. Field goal is blocked by Carlton Hall. Johnny Johnson recovers from Midwest City, but as we check a final score, we see that. Norman won it big, 24-0, getting some revenge on the Bombers.
All right, Norman looks good. Westmoore cheerleaders saying they're going to state. Let's take a look. Quarterback Ryan McAllister of the Jaguars sends one deep. They're taking on Lawton, and Lawton's Mike Mullen makes the turnover. Westmoore punting a little bit later. Chad Cosper can't hold on to the snap and is tackled at the 9-yard line. 3rd and goal. Lawton quarterback Ron Nelson is sacked by Scott Stapleton. A big play. Derek Sanders trying to kick the field goal. Blocked by Chad Groover. Still, Lawton leads 19-10 after 3. Chad, settle down. Big play early in the 4th quarter. Jaguar senior Stuart Green. But that's the final Westmoore touchdown of 1992. The Jaguars are roadkill. Let's go to the scoreboard, and we see that Lawton pulls off the big upset tonight, knocking off Westmoore 19-17. The Jaguars went all the way to the state finals a year ago.
Lawton Ike at Putnam City North. Bad moon rising over Putnam City Stadium. Pick it up third quarter. Lawton on top 17-7. Ike quarterback Stephen Black dodges Panther defenders and hands toward the sideline. Doesn't stop until he gets into the end zone. That makes it 24-7, Ike on top. Next Panther possession, Brock Holloman talking it over with head coach Bob Wilson. Holloman drops back, scrambles, and hits tight end Ray Willingham for the Panthers score. Defensive lineman J.J. Bush gets injured right there. He had to be helped from the field, and we'll keep him in our prayers. Hope he's okay. After a North turnover, the Eagles break the game open. Ike tailback and fullbacks really ran wild tonight.
Wow.
Too much speed tonight as he goes all the way in for the touchdown. Let's check a final score on this one. Ike wins it big, 38-14. I talked to some people out there, and they said that the Ike speed was just too much for the Panther defense, and that score shows it.
Okay, North won the title a year ago, a state championship. Won't be able to defend. Bulldog mascot doing a somersault at Edmond. Take a look, quarterback Jeremy Hall throwing to tight end Gavin Van Horn as Bartlesville wins in Edmond on Friday. Here's the touchdown. Guess that's not the touchdown. That's the pass to Chris Flutie, and the cheerleaders cheering on the Edmond sidelines. Jeremy Hall here will be sacked by number 58, Chad Verdon. And the sack dance. This time Hall goes to number 12, Marcus Nash, for the big game. Marcus Nash, a big-time player.
Yeah, transferred from Tulsa, Washington. This is his first year at Edmond.
Nathan Lashley takes it in for the touchdown. That makes it 14-0 Edmond. Edmond's own, the Edmond Bulldog Marching Band. Hall this time going to Andy Edwards. Not a bad play here. It goes 80.
Edmond going more to the pass this year with their good receivers.
Edmond's sneaking up on some people. Point after by Brian Nichols. Let's go to the scoreboard and take a look. Edmond over Bartlesville, 33-6. Let's stick with the Class 6A scoreboard.
All right, taking a look at this. Jinx 28-10 over Shawnee. Jinx, of course, the #1 team in Class 6A. And also Tulsa, Washington, big over Muskogee, 42-14.
Tulsa Union beats Stillwater 15-7. And got this from the fight. Riddick Bowe, the new, undisputed heavyweight champion, unanimous decision over Evander Holyfield. May fight Lennox Lewis next.
Yeah, he was really battering him in the 10th and 11th rounds that I could see between running around, but good, exciting fight.
Holyfield knocked down in round 11 and never recovered. We used to go to highlights and scores from all the other classes, but first, let's go back in the past. 1 year ago, Western Heights couldn't stop Alonzo Mays of Douglas. This play goes 50 yards.
Case in point, Arby's famous beef and cheddar, now just $1.69. Loads of oven-roasted, fresh-sliced roast beef, topped with a luscious blanket of tangy cheddar cheese sauce, all on a toasted onion roll. That's a lot of different for just $1.69. So come to Arby's, because Arby's is different. Hey, different is good.
We're Jerseys, and for 89 years, we've been making the finest sportswear in America. Our clothes aren't high-fashion status symbols. They're just clothes that feel good, fit comfortably, and hold up wash after wash. From T-shirts to sweats to golf shirts, we make colorful quality activewear for the whole family. Jerseys, since 1902, the experience shows.
I know you don't want to think about it, but Christmas is just around the corner. Don't panic. Stay calm. We've got just what you want at the Mall Evans. From this contemporary entertainment center at $149, or a Lane Cedar chest at $138, to your choice of dinette chairs, $29. A sofa server, only $395. A TV or microwave brass cart, a brass cheval mirror, a two-position recliner, or a brass vanity with mirror and bench, your choice, only $69. Value's what you want, and value's what you get at the Mall Evans.
Straight ahead pricing. When you come to the Bob Howard Auto Mall, you want to know two things. One, what's the price? Two, what are the options? Straight ahead. Own this 92 Grand Am loaded with air, automatic tilt, power locks, anti-lock brakes, and much more. $99.88. Not one, not two, but a great selection at this price. 92 Grand Prix with air, automatic, AM/FM stereo, power windows and locks, and much more. $988. Get the most for your money straight ahead. Hurry to the Bob Howard Auto Mall, Broadway extension of Memorial Road.
Welcome back, Myron. Let's go to Class 5A.
Okay, Duncan and Carl Albert. Interesting fact here. Duncan coach Charles Lynch had to watch this game from the stands because he was ejected from the Demons game last week. Under the rules, you got to can't see it the next game. Now, maybe that's why Carl Albert came out all fired up tonight after receiving the kickoff. Coach Jack Pedworth, short sleeves and all.
Short sleeves. That a boy, Jack.
He said, let's go to the air. Quarterback Craig Strickland hit Steve Still with the out pattern and watch Steve. I think it was a late hit there. Got a penalty for that one.
Sure did.
Carl Albert kicks the field goal for the only score of the first half. It's good. Let's check the final score on this one. Carl Albert blanks Duncan 13-zip.
All right, Chickasha at Douglas. Douglas cheerleaders have quite a bit to cheer about tonight. Second half, Chickasha with the ball. Quarterback Derek Dixon drop back. He's hit by defensive lineman Alonzo Mays and Mike Parrish, and Mitch Broyles gets the interception.
He's going to go
80 yards. 90 yards, rather. 90-yard touchdown. At the next time Douglas gets the ball, Adrian Lottie.
Big night for Adrian.
Yeah, he got 153 yards on the night, 58 on this carry. Bunch of speed on that Douglas squad. They're not through. Tony King gets in on the action with his fourth quarter touchdown. Coach Stanford White says, let's go for two. Let's go to Alonzo Mays. Could he be more open? Let's go to the scoreboard and take a look. Douglas, 54-8 over Chickasha. Sticking with the 5A scores.
Got Ardmore, the top-ranked team in 5A. They blow away El Reno 40-zip. And also Tulsa Edison, another impressive team in 5A. They beat Coweta 13-7.
Tahlequah beat Webster. Woodward hangs on against Lawton Mac.
All right, in Class 4A, Weatherford has been the top team all season. They've won all 10 of their games this year, and dating back to last season, they've won 24 straight. Skiatook, the Eagles' first-round opponent Friday night. Let's take a look at those highlights. The Eagle cheerleaders got quite a workout because the Weatherford team scored a lot of points in this game. Weatherford quarterback Cal Hankins comes up with a big play thanks to some quick feet. He'll get into the end zone for the touchdown right there. That made the score 21-0, Weatherford on top. And the defense made the next play. Watch coming up, number 78, Rick Broomfield will cause the fumble right there. The Eagles recovered, and that led to another touchdown, 28-zip, Weatherford on top. Next up, Hankins shows that he can throw as well. He'll hit Todd France right in stride for the score. Let's check a final on this one. Weatherford give them 25 straight, 55-14 over Skiatook.
Let's continue in Class 4A and go to the scoreboard. Ada's a winner, so's Bristow.
Also, Okmulgee over Hugo, and Clinton blowing away Blackwell.
And Broken Bow breaks Grove 47-14. State title games are just a few weeks away. You can see the 5A and 6A title games here on 5 Alive. Both games December 5th. 5A game will be 11:30 in the morning, and later that night, the 6A game at 7 o'clock. Both games, Louisville in Stillwater on 5 Alive.
Straight ahead pricing. When you come to the Bob Howard Auto Mall, you want to know two things. What's the price? What are the options? Straight ahead. Own this 93 Jeep Cherokee packed with V6, automatic, air, and more, $14,988. The state's largest selection, over 200 Cherokees available. 93 Jeep Grand Cherokee, newly redesigned, named Motor Trend Sport Utility Vehicle of the Year, $17,988. The #1 Jeep Eagle dealer in Oklahoma. Straight ahead. The Bob Howard Auto Mall, Broadway extension of Memorial Road.
Case in point, Arby's famous beef and cheddar, now just $1.69. Loads of oven-roasted, fresh-sliced roast beef, topped with a luscious blanket of tangy cheddar cheese sauce, all on a toasted onion roll. That's a lot of different for just $1.69. So come to Arby's, because Arby's is different. Hey, different is good.
Bet this got a great reception from Mars.
When it's not playing music, it doubles as an anchor.
Look, it's a TV, it's a toolbox, it's a two-in-one miracle of modern technology.
Oh, this must have been hard to part with.
Best Buy is making it easy to part with your old stereo and video stuff. This week, get 0% financing for 1 year on stereo systems, speakers and components, TVs, VCRs, and camcorders at Best Buy.
I'm telling you, avocado green, it's coming back.
Who gives you straight-ahead pricing? Bob Howard Mazda. Straight ahead. Pay only $299 a month for this loaded 93 Mazda 626 sedan or 93 MX6 Ford Coupe. Both include air, AM/FM stereo, tilt, and more. $299 a month. And with our straight-ahead pricing, the tax tag and title are included. Over 75 626s and MX6s available. The #1 Mazda dealer in the state, because no one will sell you a Mazda for less. Bob Howard Mazda, Broadway extension of Memorial Road.
Class 3A Madill at Millwood. Let's go straight to the highlights. Everybody who's anybody was at this game.
You bet.
All right, let's take a look. Madill quarterback Henry Bubba Maris hands off to Ron Robertson. He gets a big gain here, and early on, it looked as if Millwood was going to be in for a struggle. Danny Jones of Madill completes the drive with a run up the middle. They add the extra point, and quickly it is 7-0. Millwood is behind in the first quarter. But the rest of this first half is all Millwood. Mandrell-Dean.
You know what his real name is?
What's his real name?
Richard Allen Mandrell-Dean. That's his full
Really?
name.
So he's really Dick Allen, like that baseball player. Sort of. Let's go to the scoreboard and take a look at the rest of the scores we've got for you. Millwood beat Madill 34-7.
Also, it was Seminole over Stigler, and Oulagan beat Valiant.
Locust Grove's a winner, so's Newcastle.
And Wynnewood, led by James Allen, 205 yards, beat Okima 42-14.
Watonga's a winner. Wowoka will advance to round 2.
And Blanchard over Alva.
In Class A, Davenport shuts out Holbert. Washington Blake's Quinton.
Also in Class A, Maysville beat Gore, and O'Keene over Moreland.
Morrison over Central Salisaw. Cashion beat Snyder in overtime.
Also, Wacomas over Cordell, and Burns Flat over Pioneer, also in Class B.
And that's going to do it for this edition of Prep Sports Extra. See ya. Bye.
Prep Sports Extra was brought to you by Arby's Roast Beef Restaurants. Different is good. And by your Oklahoma City bottler of Sprite and Diet Sprite, America's #1 lemon lime.
I drove it for